All right, if you've ever been in charge of a project, you know the drill, right? You've got emails flying in from every direction, tasks are just disappearing into the void, and the budget? Well, the budget is doing its own thing. It's basically organized chaos. But what if, and hear me out, what if you could wrangle all of that into one single streamlined hub? Well, that's exactly the promise we're going to dive into today. I mean, this question really hits home, doesn't it? It's that constant battle, juggling people, tasks, and money. It can honestly turn a great project into a total headache. And this is the very problem a system like Projino is built to fix. So, what makes Projino different? Well, it's not just another app for your to-do list. It's a whole system, and it's self-hosted. Now, that's a big deal because it means you control your own data. It gives you one single source of truth for literally everything, from that first light bulb idea all the way to the final expense report. Okay, to really get how this all clicks together, we're not going to just bore you with a list of features. Instead, we're going to follow a project from start to finish, and we'll see it through the eyes of the people who are actually in the trenches, using it every single day. You know, every project has its cast of characters, and in Projino, they're broken down into 4 main roles. First up, you've got the system admin. They're the ones who set the whole thing up. Then there's the project manager, who's basically running the show. Of course, you have the team members, the folks actually doing the work. And finally, the financial manager, who's keeping a close watch on the money. Let's see how they all play together. Everything, and I mean everything, kicks off with the system admin. The first job is pretty straightforward. Get everybody on board. They just add a new user, punch in their name, their role, their department, and that's it. This simple little screen is the bedrock for the whole project. And this is where the real power is. The admin doesn't just say you're a team member. They get to decide exactly what a team member can see and do. Just by clicking these little checkboxes, they can grant or deny access to certain pages. It's great for security, sure, but it also means everyone's workspace is clean, focused, and free of clutter. So, the team is in the system, everyone has their permissions, the stage is set. Now, it's time to pass the baton over to the project manager to really get this thing moving. For any project manager, this right here is mission control. This is where an idea starts to feel real. They just pop open the Add New Project window, fill out the essentials, what's it called, who's in charge, which department owns it. This simple form is basically the project's birth certificate inside the Projino world. You know, at the end of the day, a big project is really just a bunch of small tasks. And here, the PM can take that huge goal and slice it up into bite-sized, manageable pieces. They can then dish out each task to a team member, slap a due date on it, and set its priority. Getting this kind of clarity right from the start, that's what stops confusion from creeping in later. Now, let's hop over and see things from a different perspective. A team member logs in, and this is what they see. A super clean, super focused My Tasks list. No noise, no distractions. They see exactly what's on their plate, and with one little click on a drop-down menu, they can flip the status from pending to completed. It's just so direct and efficient. We've all been there, right? You're in a meeting, you have this amazing discussion, great ideas come up, and then they just vanish. Projino has a brilliant way to solve this. It turns meeting notes into real action. A PM can create a new resolution, assign it to a person, and give it a deadline. It's a fantastic way to make sure conversations actually turn into commitments that you can track. Okay, so the project's up and running, the team's working together smoothly. But what about that other huge piece of the puzzle? The money. Let's take a look at how Projino handles the financial side of things. The system keeps procurement incredibly simple with a clear 3-step flow. First, somebody needs something, so they create a purchase request. Second, that request goes through the proper channels for approval. And third, once it's approved and the money is spent, it gets logged as an official expense. Easy as 1, 2, 3. And here's what that looks like in the real world. So on the left, you see a team member put in a request. It's now sitting there marked pending approval. Instantly, over on the right, the financial manager sees that exact same request pop up on their dashboard. It's this perfect, seamless handoff. No more digging through emails or chasing people down the hall. It just works. So think about it. Every single day, your team is feeding data into the system. Task updates, expense reports, meeting notes. And this is where Projino really starts to pay off because it takes all of that raw info and transforms it into these powerful visual reports that help managers make way smarter decisions. Let's walk through an example. Say a manager spots a potential risk that could derail the project. They just log it right here in the system and make a quick judgment call on its impact. Maybe it's medium, and the chance it'll happen, let's say high. It's a simple little input, but it's an absolutely crucial piece of data. And here's where the magic happens. That one little piece of data, boom, it instantly gets plotted on this risk matrix. See what that does? It takes that vague, I'm worried about this feeling, and turns it into a clear visual action plan. You can see at a glance what's in the red zone, the stuff you need to tackle right now, without having to sift through a giant spreadsheet. It's brilliant. Now let's zoom out for a moment. An executive might not need to know about every single risk, but they definitely want to know about the overall health of all the projects. A simple chart like this gives them that instant snapshot: what chunk of our projects are moving along, what's done, and what's stuck in the mud. And that simple little chart is just one part of a much bigger picture, like this project summary report. This is the 30,000-foot view. It rolls up all the key numbers, like total budget versus what's been spent, and gives you a clean list of every project with its own little progress bar. It's like a complete physical for your entire portfolio. Here's another question every good manager asks. Is the work spread out fairly? A chart like this one, showing who's got the most tasks, can be a real eye-opener. It immediately tells you if one or two people are shouldering the entire burden, which, as you know, is a surefire recipe for burnout. And of course, you can always drill down for more detail. The full user workload report gets into the nitty-gritty behind that chart. It shows you not just how many tasks everyone has, but what the status of those tasks is. This lets managers step in, rebalance the workload, and make sure the whole team is running at a pace they can actually sustain. So when you pull it all together, you can see that Projino isn't just for one person. It's got the high-level strategic views for the CEO, the detailed planning tools for the project managers, the clear, no-fuss to-do lists for the team, and the transparent workflows for the finance folks. It really does connect every part of the organization. In the end, what Projino really does is bring order to the chaos. By putting all your projects, your communication, and your financials in one place, it turns all that scattered information into clear, actionable intelligence. So the real question isn't just about trying new software, it's about your whole process. Are you ready to run your projects with this kind of clarity and this kind of control?